Alright, let's talk about building projects that actually get you hired. Most people waste their time building useless tutorial projects. You follow along, you type what they type, but you don't really learn anything deep. Here's the truth. Employers don't care about your tutorial projects. They want to see your applied skills. They want to see that you can take a concept and build something real with it. So, what kind of projects should you build? Let's break it down into 3 essential categories. First up, the classic CRUD app. This is non-negotiable. CRUD stands for create, read, update, and delete. These 4 operations are the absolute foundation of most web applications you'll ever work on. Think about it. Almost every app lets you create something new, view existing information, edit that information, and finally, delete it. So, let's dive into what that means. Create is the ability to add new data. For a to-do list, this is adding a new task. For a social media app, it's making a new post. Read is about displaying that data. It's seeing your list of tasks or scrolling through your feed. Update is for editing existing data, like marking a task as complete or fixing a typo in your post. And delete is for removing data, like getting rid of a task you've finished or deleting a post you regret. You need to build a project that demonstrates all 4 of these functions working together seamlessly. Great examples of a CRUD app could be a personal budget tracker where you add, view, update, and delete expenses. Or a task manager where you can manage your daily to-do list. Why is this so important? Because a solid CRUD application shows that you understand the complete life cycle of data in an application. It proves you're not just copying code, but you're thinking through the entire process from start to finish. It's a fundamental skill, and hiring managers look for it immediately. The second type of project you need is an API application. An API, or Application Programming Interface, is what lets different software applications talk to each other. Building an app that uses an external API shows that you can work with data that you do UNT control, which is a huge part of modern web development. A fantastic starter project is a weather app. You can use a free weather API to pull in real-time weather data for any city in the world and display it in a user-friendly way. Or maybe you're into finance. Build a stock tracking app that pulls the latest stock prices from a financial data API. These projects are impressive for a couple of key reasons. First, they demonstrate strong data handling skills. You have to fetch the data, parse it, which means understanding its structure, usually in a format like JSON, and then display it meaningfully to the user. Second, and this is crucial, it shows you can handle errors gracefully. What happens if the API is down? What if the user types in a city that doesn't exist? Your application needs to handle these situations without crashing. It needs to give the user helpful feedback. Showing that you can anticipate and manage these errors is a massive plus in the eyes of an employer. It shows a level of maturity and thoughtfulness in your coding. Now for the third and most powerful type of project. The real-world problem solver. This is where you truly set yourself apart. Instead of building another generic app, find a problem, your own problem, a friend's problem, any small inconvenience, and build a tool to solve it. This is what employers absolutely love to see because it shows initiative, creativity, and a practical mindset. For example, are you tired of manually doing a repetitive task on your computer every day? Write a script to automate it. Automation projects are fantastic because they demonstrate efficiency and a problem-solving mindset. Or, here's a killer idea for job seekers. Build a resume keyword scanner. You could create a simple web tool where you paste a job description and it scans your resume to see how well the keywords match up. This isn't just a project. It's a practical tool that solves a real pain point for anyone on the job hunt. When a hiring manager sees a project like this, they don't just see code. They see a proactive problem solver. They see someone who doesn't just wait to be told what to do, but who actively looks for ways to add value. These are the projects that start conversations and interviews. They're memorable, they're unique, and they scream, "Hire me." So you've built these 3 amazing projects. Now what? You need to present them professionally on your GitHub profile. Your GitHub is your portfolio, and it needs to be structured to impress. A messy GitHub can be a huge red flag. First and foremost, every single project repository needs a fantastic README file. This is your project's front page, and most people get it wrong. Your README must start with a clear problem statement. What problem does this project solve? Why did you build it? Right after that, list the tech stack you used. Be specific. Don't just say JavaScript. Say React, Node, JS, Express, and MongoDB. This gives recruiters and hiring managers a quick snapshot of your technical skills. Next, include clear installation and setup steps. Someone should be able to clone your repository and get the project running on their own machine just by following your instructions. This shows you're a good collaborator. And please include screenshots or even a GIF of your application in action. Visuals are incredibly powerful. They make your project instantly understandable and more engaging. But the most important part of your README, a link to a live, deployed version of your application. This is the game. You can easily deploy your front-end projects for free using services like Netlify, Vercel, or GitHub pages. I can't stress this enough. If I can click a link and immediately interact with your project, you are miles ahead of the competition. It removes all friction. It shows confidence in your work and respect for the recruiter's time. If I can click it, you stand out. Period. Beyond the README, let's talk about the project itself. Keep the user interface clean and simple. You don't need to be a design genius, but it should be intuitive and easy to use. Good design shows attention to detail. Organize your code into logical folders. You have separate folders for your components, your pages, your styles, and your utility functions. A clean folder structure makes your code easier to navigate and understand, which signals that you'd be easy to work with on a team. And finally, comment your code. But don't just comment what the code is doing. That should be obvious from the code itself. Comment on why you're doing something. Explain your logic, your choices, and the reasoning behind a particularly complex piece of code. This gives incredible insight into your thought process, which is exactly what hiring managers are trying to evaluate. It's like giving them a guided tour of your brain. By following these steps, building the right types of projects and presenting them professionally, not just showing you can code. You're showing you can think like an engineer, solve real problems, and communicate your work effectively. You've built the projects, you've polished your portfolio. Now, let's get you some interviews.